Good morning. Today is February 3rd, 2026. And today is going to be one heck of a day. Yes, oh my gosh. It is not going to be a fun one, I'll tell you that. Oh my gosh. So today we're going to be having a two-parter video. Part one is going to be the main component all the way up until about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock or so. And then part two is going to be me recording with the whole work part. Because today I work from 4 until 12:30. Oh gosh. Yeah, and what's funny is I have these points, as they call them, where you can go ahead and call in for personal or for sick. And honestly, I'm just calling in for these next two shifts I'm going to have later on. One is for a 2:30 and the other is for like a 3 or 3:30. I'm like, no, I haven't done shifts like that since I was in my 20s. And I went ahead and I worked at Circle K 7-Eleven. I still forget which one it was. She'll know in the background. What was that? Circle K or 7-Eleven down there?
7-Eleven. I'm pretty sure of it.
But yeah, it just sucked. Now, on to what my upcoming plans are. Last night I was in bed and I was thinking long and hard about a lot of things. I was thinking about this whole UCF Masters in Teaching. I was thinking about this whole student teaching where you have to go 4 or 5 months without any money unless you go ahead and do morning school and then complete afternoon to evening and possibly overnight working. I was thinking, really? I'm going to have to go through all that for these clinical hours for a master's in teaching program. And on top of that, then I also got to pay them for the class, for the internship time. And all I get is just some critique and feedback. Yeah, crickets went off in my head too. So don't worry, it's not just you. So then I was rethinking all of this whole education thing. And I know I've been down this road before. And the one thing that every single person looks at me and says, you're a tech. You're a computer guy. Why are you going into teaching? To which I would always reply, because I always want to give back to the next generation and help them learn. So, they would always look at me puzzled, going, really? And I would reply back, yeah. And that would be the end of it.
Yep, that'll be okay.
Well, fast forward to now. And I've been looking at all these numbers on what teachers get paid. I've been looking at all these numbers on rent prices and home prices. I've been looking at all of this combined in a big package. And the one thing that I keep coming to is a severe mental block. And honestly, it's not been good at all. Other people have noticed some stuff as well about my health and everything else, the physical aspects as well. And I think some of the physical aspects are permeating or starting from the mental blocks of the big questions. What do you want in life? You're 40, going on 41. What do you actually want to do? Where do you want to be? Where do you want to retire from? Is this really what you want? And why? Why do you want to go down this? Why do you want to go through all this? And honestly, I think part of it was that initially I was scared of life at 40 and being unemployed. So I went through the process of doing all the teaching certifications because business ed, for instance, I could already achieve because of my prior business time. So I figure, okay, well, at least that gives me a way in and I can go ahead and look at different business ed opportunities. And then I go for an interview and get ghosted after being told, yeah, it's great. And then it's like, okay, can I get some feedback on it? Still, crickets. So that then left me with, okay, let's just keep doing the substituting route. Well, at $133 a day, yeah, it's okay money for what it is. And yeah, it's a fun way to go ahead and get some classroom education experience on management of classrooms. It left me feeling a little empty-ish. It made me missing something else that was always a part of my life, something that I've always found enjoyment out of. And that was creating. That was logical problem solving. That was computers. And I found a way that I can go ahead and be happy into the future. And it starts with dropping the whole teaching part.
Like and subscribe.
It does. And I got back with Penn State University, who was like, yeah, come on over. Yeah, we'll get you on the right path. We'll get you back in. We'll get you resume study. Summer, fall 2026. Yeah, we'll get you in. So I'm going to first start with Master's in Computer Science from Penn State University. It's roughly a $50,000 degree. Okay. And at that point, I can keep going on that path. But while I'm doing that, there's a couple of elementary, basic tests that I need to take in the computer world, which if I don't pass, honestly, the first level of it, I don't belong doing computer work at all. Really. In all honesty, it's called CompTIA A+. Okay? And truthfully, the CompTIA A+ exams are really, really basic and simple. Especially level 1 of it. And there's 2 that you have to do. And I'm going to be taking those. Okay? However, then it goes a step further. Okay? Then you have security. You have network as well. Now, those 2 are harder. Okay? They're well known to be a lot harder. But that's my next step after I do this. Okay? Now, I know what you're asking. So, if you're doing a master's, what's your concentration going to be? Well, the future. And the future is AI. Whether we like it or not, Skynet is the future, you know? It really is. So I'm going to be working on that. And this is all for my future career / mental health aspect. Okay? Now, when it comes to where I want to take this, okay, there are 2 ways that I want to go about it. Either I want to go ahead and do director of IT for a dealership chain like Mallnex. Mallnex has many different dealerships in the area. And in fact, we actually bought our Mustang from Mallnex. There's all kinds of different chains. There's Smith Auto Group. Okay, there's many more out there.
Holler, Greenway.
But that is my goal, to be a director of IT for a dealership chain. Now, if that does not work out well, then I want to go ahead and look at 2 more avenues. Okay? One would be going ahead and looking at Universal when it comes to their IT department. And finally, would be the public school system for their IT department. Those would be my goals on a career professional level, and what I would do with that degree and that certifications I would earn. Now that's part 1 of my plan. Okay, that's the career professional side. Now part 2 is for my mental clarity side, to basically give myself a relief of what I've been needing. And I still think that some of these physical attributes that I've been having of the severe anxiety is what Google Doctor says, which, Matt, I'm not trusting Google Doctor. I do have an appointment with my real doctor, and that is going to be coming up on the 19th. Okay? And I'll be talking with my real doctor, and he might have to refer me over to a cardiologist, I imagine, but we'll see how that goes. But that is my next step, is getting this whole mental clarity part in balance. And it starts with a beautiful, wonderful 38-year-old super hottie that I've been with for over 20 some odd years now. And she had the idea of getting me to drink less coffee, drinking more water, and also increasing fiber, and also taking more of these natural supplements as well. So that is part 2. Now where it comes into the third component, activity-wise, what activities can I do that are going to make my life better and make it balanced out? One of which I already do every day, daily vlogging. That is a lot of fun to me. The other is photography. I loved photography for the longest time. I really did, genuinely with passion. And I think selling off the 90D, yeah, it was a regret now. I think later on I'll end up buying another camera down the road. But I think just using the camera that you have with you all the time is the best camera to start with. And yeah, just snap in some iPhone camera pics and then post them with you guys. Post them on Instagram. There we go. That's where I can start with. And then build myself up to a DSLR or a mirrorless, something like that. But the other part is going to be, it's called Part 107. So anybody can buy a drone. If you're a child, you can go into Walmart, you can go into Best Buy. You can buy the latest Mavic for $4,000. You can buy, well, actually, you probably can't buy a DJI drone right now because stock is very limited, unfortunately, because of a lot of political issues right now with them. But you get what I'm saying. You can buy a drone. You can go to Toyota, Target, and buy one. Now, where it becomes a problem is, let's say you have a monetized channel, like we do. Well, now it becomes a commercial activity. And for that, you need a Part 107 drone license. Jacob the Carpetbagger, Adam the Woo, all great vloggers, okay, that had drones as well. Roland as well, from Troll Patrol, also had a drone, and I believe still does, in fact. But he is the only one out of all three that actually went off and did the Part 107 so that way he could post the drone footage on his YouTube channel. And the other two did not, so they could not actually legally put it up there. Now, does that mean that a police officer is going to come by you and say, hey, do you have your Part 107 drone license on you? No, a cop isn't going to do that. More than likely, they're just going to question about what you're doing and ask for your standard ID and just run you to make sure that you don't have any warrants out. That kind of stuff. But they're not going to go ahead and then they'll talk to you about, well, we got a complaint. But yeah, other than that, you know. Now, if you fly over a lake, oh my god, that's a whole nother level of issues. Or if you live in our area where you got also hospitals nearby you. So you got helicopter areas and flight restrictions and all that fun stuff. But I'm getting away from all that. That is another part in my plan. But right now, my biggest thing is I want to get myself unwound of this ball of nerves to where I can actually stop all these chest pains. It's like a hollow stomach feeling that just empties, or the eye twitching, or the pain that goes from here and then goes all the way over. These are all the things that I want to get undone. And then finally, of course, where it hurts like right up in here around the bone and all the way down a bit. Yeah, I want to get all this undone. Tiffany's managed to get herself a bit under control now. Now it's my turn. And the other part is just getting back to happy family activities. Just simple. Doesn't have to be Disney World. Yeah, I have some Universal tickets, but it doesn't have to be Universal. Shoot. Last time we went up to St. Augustine, we were on our way back, and our plan was just stop at Buc-ee's and then go straight home. Until I thought in my head, idea. Let's go to the beach where we had a great time. And that's where we plugged in Volano Beach. And we went back. And then we saw a hotel in ruins that we had once loved the view of. And it's a good reminder. Progress is always moving, and time doesn't wait for you. So you better keep up with it, or you're going to be left behind. But that was just a fun family activity that we did. And it was awesome. It was wholesome. And then last night, just reading to Lil, and then her sitting on my lap and holding her. And then just stroking her head while she went ahead and just started to pass out on me. Just like when she did when she was a baby. Another wholesome family activity that just relaxes. And that's the thing. We gotta get back to that. We gotta find the balance. Now, when it comes to our microfamily school, that program is still going to be going on. I still want to explore that. Because by now, I want to go and just start creating little shorts for it. And, even just out and about shorts. It don't even have to be in that studio area. It can just be on a cell phone of recording fun facts. Even about Universal. It could be anything. But that's where it's going to be. Just natural feeling. As for the website, I'm going to put that on hold because I'm going to put that $270 towards any kind of healthcare needs that I'm going to have. Whether it's copays for doctors, stuff like that. And yeah, to start up the website, it would cost about $270 for a year for it. And I think that putting that toward copays and other doctor needs is going to be a little bit more important right about now. And finally, when it comes to Valencia Community College, the Educare Prep Institute program. I know what you're going to ask. What are you going to do about that? Well, I'm still going to do it. I'm still going to finish that out. And I'm going to go for my professional. And the reason being is because I want to actually achieve something that I started. And that's the thing. If you already mentally stop doing what you set out to achieve, then you've already failed. And I don't want to start failing now at something like this. Because then it sets a bad precedent down the road. Instead, I want to go ahead and succeed at this. Plus, I'm not paying for it, so why not, Federal Pell Grant money is paying for it. And not to mention, I can't use Federal Pell Grant money on the Masters. So I might as well go ahead and use it for this. It's not like I'm going to go back and get an associate's degree in something, so this works. But yeah, that is my plan for Valencia. Continue it until I finish it. But guys, right now, it is 10:11. I have to leave for work by 3 o'clock. I think at 12 or so, we're going to go over to Publix. Yep, and go ahead and get them dinner, Tiff and Lil, but also me lunch/dinner. So, yeah. I think also what I'll end up doing is I'm going to have Tiff make me a snack pack for tonight of some crackers, some nuts, and a little bag of fruit gummies just to keep my levels at a decent level with my water bottle. Kind of like if I was going to school. That way also, I don't come home and I'm starving and I can just go right to bed after I shower. Because by the time I get home, it's going to be like 1:30. Unless they do ER, which is early release. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let's chill for a bit and then let's get over to Publix. And I know that some of these decisions you're not going to agree with, and I respect that. Like the changing of going from UCF for a master's in teaching to Penn State for a master's in computer science with the concentration in AI or artificial intelligence engineering. But at the same time, I have a true love of computers. It's been something that's been in me ever since I was a little boy. Ever since I turned on the first Apple II, the first Macintosh, saw the first Windows 3.1, saw MS-DOS, and played around in there. use a CNC machine and could go through lines of CNC code and find where all the errors were for Mr. Marino. And finally, I would love to learn how to write programs. And I think this would be the funnest way and most rewarding. So I could build programs and get a job. That would be cool. So really, there is my plan. And with all the tech layoffs right now, is it a little scary? Of course. But I'm not going after big tech companies like Google, Amazon, and stuff like that, where you got to go through 100 interviews to be turned down. I'm going for more achievable results that also pay good. That is my goal. But let's go ahead and let's get ready to go ahead and head over to Publix. Also, my coffee's getting cold. Let's go ahead and enjoy the leftover cold coffee, and then we'll get over to Publix. Hi!
Hey,
How do you feel about my plan?
I'm 100% with you.
Really?
Yeah.
Are there any parts that you worry about with it?
Not one bit. You've always been able to achieve a lot more.
Oh, you can just mute it.
I don't know.
There you go.
You've always been much more able to achieve a lot more when it comes to computers. And I think the fact is that I think you can pass it with flying colors, to be honest.
Oh, the CompTIA exam, I know I can.
Yes.
Like I said, if you can't pass the level 1 CompTIA certification...
But I think you'll pass your other school too. I don't think you're going to have as much issues as you think you will.
What do you think about the Valencia part of still doing that?
I think it's actually achievable because it gives you an opportunity for one other job down the road that you didn't say. And that's computer science in schools. This person really wants you.
No, they're a scammer. That's why they're using
know.
multiple VoIP numbers.
Good.
But yeah, you are right about that. Computer science technology teacher.
Yeah. There's a lot of, like, you mentioned, like, what, 3 or 4 other job opportunities? I mean, you're just adding job after job opportunities with everything you're piling up on. And I don't think you would ever miss out on anything.
Well, could you imagine...
And you get the degree you really wanted in your life.
Could you imagine if I went to, let's just say, a car dealership to be a help desk analyst, but they said that you have to work there for 6 months for free?
I couldn't even imagine that.
That's basically what they're telling student teachers to do.
Teacher degree, yeah. I don't.
That's just...
No.
It sounds so bizarre to me.
Nobody can put their life aside for 5 months and expect to be fine. I mean, you literally wouldn't get no money coming in. And I don't understand. I mean, you either do the program thing in the morning all the way to afternoon, go to work throughout the night, just to come home and start all over again without any sleep.
You might be able to get 3 hours.
Maybe. Just so you could do that 5 months. I mean...
You might go insane.
I think so. I think you go beyond insane. It's unreasonable.
Maybe that's why so many student teachers crash out with depression and severe issues.
Yeah.
All right, you ready to go get it? Publix at 12?
Okay. It's cold in here.
Well, baby, it's also cold outside.
I know.
So you really should stay for a little bit longer.
Yeah. We have the heater on too, but we have to leave it on low.
Yeah, we don't want any fires.
I think it's at 67 right now.
And also Duke Energy.
No, it's not the fire. It's Duke Energy telling everybody to conserve. It's just... It is what it is. I'm trying to keep it high enough so it's not too expensive, but also low enough that it's, somewhat comfortable.
All right, let's go ahead and start getting ourselves ready.
Okay.
Although, she does look all cute and comfortable.
Yes.
So adorable and the perfect girl. But yes, our daughter was so adorable last night.
I know.
How she just was starting to fall asleep right on my lap.
She was not happy this morning, though. Having to go out and that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I kept asleep.
I couldn't blame. It was cold. I had her really bundled up, though.
Yeah, you could have taken the car to the bus stop.
No, there was too much ice on the car.
No,
I'm not joking. There really was.
All right, let's go ahead and start getting ourselves ready.
Okay.
All right, guys, it is now time to get going. Let's go order Publix, but first, let's kiss the girl. God, I love kissing on you.
Yeah.
Yeah, so cute, so adorable.
Ow.
So sweet. But yes, let's get going. Let's go order Publix. Let's get a sub. And then when we get back, Tiff can go ahead and make my little snack pack for dinner.
Yeah. I love Publix subs.
Yeah, I love kissing on you. Yeah. Let's get going. Before I get all of her makeup on me.
Yes, really?
Let's do it.
Yes.
I just love staring at you. Okay. Let's go. Okay. All right, guys, let's go ahead and let's get over to Publix. Now let's get dinner. It's a beautiful day. It's gonna be a bit chilly tonight, though, I imagine. And gorgeous clouds. Alright guys, let's go into Publix and let's get our dinners. And my lunch/dinner. Let's do it. Well, due to an error on their part, they went ahead and used the Publix quality stuff on the sub when I went to Boar's Head, and we got 1.5 now. So yeah, we got lunch for Tiff for tomorrow too. And we got my lunch/dinner. Alright, let's get going. Let's find Tiff and Lil's dinner tonight. So yeah, we're going to go and do hamburger helper for the girls for dinner. There we go. Sweetie?
Yes.
I think that's perfect. We're good. There we go. Maverick Ranch. Extra lean ground beef. Perfect.
You're bragging at that.
Holy smokes. That looks awesome to me. I love that.
I miss those type of cars.
And Oldsmobiles as well. I miss them too. Anyway, our beef for Tiff and for Lil was actually free through Publix Promise because the price there was actually not the price that it rang up as. So that worked out for us. We got $9, $12 beef for free.
Yeah.
I'm happy. Let's get home. And also, I had one little episode inside Publix. Let's keep going for the day. Alright, sandwich, some chips, and then a little bit of tea. There we go. Alright guys, it is now 1:07. I did actually have an outro that was created under a different file name. And what's interesting is that it keeps giving up trouble whenever I try to render out the video. So, originally I recorded that outro at 12 o'clock, but now it's 1. Anywho, thank you so much for being with today. I hope you guys had a great day so far. I am about to get ready for work. Oh, it's going to be a fun one. All the way until 12:30, and I have to be there at 4. So I have to leave here at 3 o'clock. So, anywho, thank you so much. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you
Like and subscribe.
in the afternoon. But really, you're going to be seeing this tomorrow along with another video. Yeah, that'll be fun, right? But yeah, I hope you guys have a great day. And honestly, I've only had 1 episode today, and it was just a bit of pain right here that stretched for a little bit. And it wasn't that horrible. It was one of my more manageable episodes. It's pretty bad to say I had a manageable episode. But yeah, I did. Anywho, thank you very much for everything. I hope you have a good day and a good night. And I will see you tomorrow. Now go get some sleep. Good night, everyone. Alright guys, it is 2:47 and it is now time to go ahead and leave for work.
I know, I stink. I've been outside. It stinks out there. I can smell it on me.
Yeah, you smell like the thing from the swamp.
I know. Freaking nasty. Even just 30 minutes out there and you come back smelling like a swamp.
Alright guys, let's go ahead. Let's get going over to work. We're going to have a long night until 12:30.
Yeah. And I'm not looking forward to that. I'm really not.
Well, just remember, you can message me as much as you want, okay?
Alright.
Alright, I love you.
Love you too.
Alright. Even our lips smell like it.
I know.
Alright guys, now that I kissed Swamp Thing, let's go ahead and let's get going. Or is she the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Excuse me?
I don't know. You smell like it.
I know.
Let's get going to work.
In a minute.
Shower number 2 of the day, followed by shower number 3 tonight.
Probably.
Okay. Alright guys, let's go ahead and let's get going to work. Let's go have a good night. It's a beautiful sky after all. Let's get going. Alright guys, it is 2:59. Let's get over to work. I did go back to the house because I wanted to go ahead and get a Zephyrhills bottle. I have a Zojirushi bottle, but I can't keep that in my back pocket because it weighs a lot. And these little Zephyrhills bottles work perfectly. And the Zojirushi bottle of water will be perfect on my break, along with my snack pack that Tiffany made me. Love you very much, my baby. So adorable and so cute. Now, today is going to be, hopefully, a great day. A long day, a very drawn out day, to be honest. And that's the thing. It's just going to be a job day. Going to a job to get a paycheck and that be it. It's something that I truly enjoy. It's something that I love. It's something that I have a passion for. It's mediocrity. It's this blandness. I don't know how best to describe it other than that. Mediocrity. And I hate mediocrity. And that's my biggest thing that I really have a problem with. Because for me, I like creating. I like to mold something into reality. And that's the thing, when you can do that, it makes it so much better for your own meaningfulness of life. I think back to all the people that came before me in terms of creating applications and creating all kinds of different products that we've used throughout the evolutionary years of, even into this day. And though, yes, their designs were very basic. Take the coffee maker, for instance, and how it's revolutionized into what we use modern day of, with Keurigs and smart devices and all that. But at the core of it's still a heating element that heats up water and a pump that pours it over into a coffee filter that's filled with coffee grounds. That's what I mean. And for me, I think the biggest problem I have with what I'm doing right now is that a part of me feels like I'm settling into mediocrity. And I think that's where a lot of these anxiety and panic attacks and everything else is coming from, because it goes against my natural inside on how I feel about what I want. And that's what I am definitely afraid of, is settling. Now, as for the other officers I work with, yes, if they enjoy it, if it's something that they love doing, then yes, let it be. I have no problem with that. But for me, it's not what I want it to be. I want to go ahead and get back to my roots of where I came from, and that was technology. Building computers, repairing computers, learning how to do different things on them, learning how to use a computer in a way that can actually challenge you and make you do something interesting. That I loved.
Like and subscribe.
And I also loved videography and photography too. I really did enjoy photography as well. I always found it to be quite interesting to capture a moment of time. That also intrigued me very much so. But I think right now what's going on is, at the core, unless there's some other underlying health issue, some physical issue going on, I think it's the mental aspect of my own mental and my own body resisting this settling for mediocrity. I think that's really what it is. When I really get to the core of it all. And then I was thinking to myself, well, being a teacher would give you meaning and give you purpose of influencing the next generation of children. And the more I substitute, the more I believe that is true. But at the same time, the other element that I keep running into is this little thing called money. And teaching doesn't pay a lot of money. That's the problem that we have down here in the South. $49,000 to about $53,000 is basically what a first-year starter teacher makes. Now, granted, of course, I hold a master's degree already, so I'd be given a little bit of a bump. But even still, it's not a lot of a bump. And that's where the big issue comes into play. So I need to figure out, how can I go ahead, make my own self happy, but provide for my family? And security work does neither. That, to be quite honest, it doesn't make me happy. And it also doesn't provide, really. Because right now, and it's an ongoing joke that I created actually at work, that we make 2 butter beers an hour. And a butter beer is like $10, so go figure. 2 butter beers. That is what an entry-level starting security officer makes. And of course, all this is public knowledge. You can go apply, and then it tells you what the starting compensation is. So to be making 2 butter beers, 2 drinks, basically $20, it's very difficult because I like having extra money in savings. I like having extra money in the bank. I like being able to build a 401k. And then I can go ahead and have a future retirement. I like all that. And I had that when I was at my dealership job. Now, I didn't do that when I was over at Dealer IT Group. And the reason being is because I never knew how long it was going to last. So I didn't want to get into a retirement program there if it wasn't going to last. And lo and behold, I unfortunately was right. So there was that part. But to get back to the roots, get back to where I enjoy, where I love being with a passion, and that is technology. Now, I could still substitute, of course, to go ahead and, one, make extra money, and two, go ahead and just have some fun with kiddos. There you go. You know, Fridays, do 3 Fridays. Ask for a Friday off from work. Ask for a Monday off from work. Now I'm in compliance with substituting, and I can keep that going. And I can do that just for fun while doing my IT job. But these are all the things that I've been thinking about. And it all stems from goals in life. You need to have goals. Short-term, long-term, career, personal. And that is where I am at. Building my financial goals, my career goals, my personal goals, and my social media content creation goals as well. Whether it's here or our microfamily school or whatever. That is my plan, is to create goals and then make them achievable to the point where, all right, we're there, now let's get to here. That's what I want. And I'm not going to stop until I get what I want on everything. That's for sure. And Tiffany knows it, and so do a lot of other people. They know I'm very much goal-driven. And we're going to work our hearts off, and we're going to keep going, and we're not going to quit. We're not going to quit at Valencia College, and we're certainly not going to quit on any other path. But what I am going to do is I'm looking to transition out of universal security. I'm looking to transition into something more meaningful, something I can enjoy. Even if it means leaving Universal and going to another company that gets me in the door somewhere. That is my goal as well. But for right now, let's get over to Universal. Let's go work until 12:30. And I'm telling you now, I have points available. I am not working until 2:30 or 3 o'clock for those 2 days. No way. It just isn't working. Let's get over there. And let's go have a decent night. Let's get going. 3:44 and we have to be over there at 4 o'clock. So let's get going. Let's go have a good night. And I will see you when I take my break. And now I come back and have my snack pack. Alright, let's get in there and let's go have a good night. Alright. It is now 7:05. And this is a snack pack that Tiffany would typically make for when I do school. But I had her do one for tonight so that way I wouldn't be hungry when I got off of work. Crackers, some peanuts, and a little bag of fruit snack for sugar. And in here, just regular water. And then of course, I still have my bottle of water. After we'll talk real quick. Alright guys, it is 7:14. I go back in about 12 minutes, or so. So today has been somewhat okay. I did have a couple of heart rate spikes and a couple of pain rating spikes followed by the eye twitching issue. But nothing too severe. Nothing that like knocked me cold for a moment at all.
Subscribe.
I've had that. But yes, so far it's going good as of 7:14 now. I still have to get back, and then I'm going to be there until 12:30 or about 12:23 or so. That's when we can leave 7 minutes early of our clock out time. So we'll be good to go then. Let's get going back soon, and let's go have a great day. Alright guys, it is now 12:14 and we are now done with work. And I know what you're thinking, you're a bit early, aren't you? Yes, I am. That's because they offered early release. But yeah, I am now done. Oh my gosh, it has just been a really long, drawn out day of it. It's funny, during a morning shift from like 6 a.m. to 2:30, that's easy peasy, you know? But this, oh my god, it's just so drawn out, especially from, I want to say like 11-ish until 12. Oh my gosh. Like very few guests that are coming through. Occasionally you'll get like one or two. But other than that, it was so drawn out and boring. Luckily, I had a great pod with some really cool people on it. So that was awesome. But yeah, other than that, it has just been a long day. And I am ready to go home to a beautiful girl, lay in bed with her, fall asleep. After I get a shower, of course. Because that I definitely need. But yes, let's go ahead and let's get home. Right now it's like 50 degrees on the temperature, so really, it's not that bad. But I am curious on what it'll say when we get home. But yes, it is 12:16 now. So let's see what time we get home by. I am hoping that it'll be at a decent time. But we'll see. Let's get going. Well, it is 12:43 in the morning, and we have been hovering around 43, 44 degrees now. Alright guys, so I'm not going to do an outro in the house while Tiffany is asleep because I like this thing called living. And if I wake her up over an outro, she will not be happy. So, with that being said guys, thank you so much for a great day. I hope you had a great day too. And I will see you in the morning, even though it is kind of morning at near 1 o'clock. Good night, everyone. Go get some sleep. I'll see you tomorrow. Or today. Good night.
But I know we won't give this up. Sometimes I lose my mind, and some days it's hard to find the reason why you stay by my side.